Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at two new airplanes that I will be unboxing that is definitely needed for Project JAX. We are going to be looking at a Delta 757-200 without winglets and a Southwest 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. But what makes this one so different is that, as promised, I would find one that would have the word Southwest.com written on the winglets, because if you remember one of my Generation 1 GeminiJets 737-700 Southwest with the Canyon Blue, how it doesn't say Southwest.com on the winglets, well, here it is. This would be the updated version of it, but we're going to start with Delta, because since these were both separate purchases, obviously Delta got here first and Southwest came second, so we're going to start here with Delta. So yeah, the lighting is a little bit different as of now because, well, it's still very, very early in the morning right now. So we're going to look here at the Delta. So if you'll excuse me, I will get this back in frame. I'm just going to move all this plasticking, and I think the easiest thing to do, whether you unbox these on videos or not, is to put this plastic protection like right back in its box. And then we bring the plane into view. So here it is. Another Delta 757 needed for my Jacksonville Airport model. Now I have one with winglets and one without winglets. Of course, I've just found out this is a much older release. This was released, I believe, back in 2007 when this livery, like this, was practically brand new, still around today. I'll never forget the Colors in Motion livery, though. Those were very, very fun. Excuse me. But sometimes, well, things have to change. And even though this is not a wingleted 757, does have quite the detail, though. You can see the red navigation light on the left wing, and then the green navigation light over here on the right wing, because that's how it is, usually. The engines look very, very nice. And I can see there is some writing way over here, but it's just so small I don't know what it says. And the registration number on this plane is November 638 Delta Lima. So everyone knows any Delta plane that has the letters DL in the end, that means that these are still 100% Delta planes. So here I am bringing in the 757 with the winglets because it's still just as popular. So yeah, you could see the size does definitely look exactly the same. You can also see there are two dots over on this one with the winglets and only one dot, which I think is where they would keep their communications antennas, or probably their in-flight entertainment antennas, as well as Wi-Fi antennas, because I've also remembered so many times seeing the Gen 3 models of the Delta 757, and according to Aviation Blue Tech, when they did add the in-flight entertainment antenna, apparently between the 757-200 and 300, apparently some of you other YouTubers got to realize that apparently Gemini got the arrangement backwards, because on the 757-200 the in-flight entertainment antenna would have been up here, while the Wi-Fi one would be right back here. So that's the only thing I don't like about the Gen 3 models of these. Other than that, each plane looks great. The engine on this one is still bented a little bit inward like that. And it's not that I didn't do anything, it just ended up coming like this. I don't know how, but it just did. There's no point in me trying to bend it back, because this is die-cast metal, and if we're too aggressive with it, I know it'll break easily. So yeah, these airplanes look excellent. So now I can double the planes I need for flights to Atlanta. I just probably can use these both in one airport update. I just got to give different flight numbers because these are still the planes being used for flights from here in Jacksonville to Atlanta. However, JFK routes have once again switched airplanes twice. The first time I started Project JAX, the JFK flights were being on the A220-100, and then through September they were using the E170 or E175s. Now that we're pretty much in October now they've switched back to the CRJ-900s, of which even before this pandemic is what they were using. I can still substitute the route with CRJ 700s because I've only got one Delta CRJ 900 being in the Comair anniversary, and I don't know if Delta Connection, the regional fleet, is still partnered with Comair, but it's still the plane I need, so maybe on one update you'll see a CRJ 900 and another a 700. Either way, the planes I've got needed for JFK flights from here in Jacksonville. Someday I do plan to get the A220-100 as well as the A220-300 as well as the A321, so little by little my Delta fleet will definitely grow bigger and bigger. It's going to take some time. Alright, now we're going to move on to Southwest over here. As promised, it would say southwest.com on the winglets, of course. As you can see, this is 100% a used model, because as you can see, the box is very, very worn out like that. So, can't wait to show you this thing. Let's pull it out. It really sucks that the Southwest planes that GeminiJets has with their boxes don't have those see-through features. So I'm going to do what I did with the Delta. Going to put this back together. Then I'm going to shove this back in its box. If I can. Just bear with me. Alright, there we go. And here's the plane. So yep, another Southwest 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. Which this livery is still in existence today. So as you get a closer look over here at the winglet, if you're able to see it better in the sunlight, it would say southwest.com right there on the winglet. Don't know if you can see it or not. My hands are literally like blocking the sunlight from all of you checking it out. But as you can see with this flash of yellow, very, very closely if you're able to see it, it would say southwest.com. Well, here's a better good look in lighting. See that? It says southwest.com right there on the winglets. Because, yeah, that's the newest thing they have with the Canyon Blue livery. You'll see this written on standard winglets on 737-700 and an 800. So, yeah, this plane's pretty cool. And, of course, here's the first release of a 737-700 I showed you when I started Project JAX. So yeah, you see that? No southwest.com on the winglet. And of course, I could still use this, because in other views, it's not always that noticeable, but I'm still having troubles on keeping it on its nose, because this is the only thing I end up getting. So, a lot like user Red River Aviation does, I'll definitely do something to keep it from back here, like put a little bit of a piece of something, so that way I could just balance it on its nose while I am doing the update. Because even though this is my oldest Southwest plane, it's still very usable. I do wonder, though, if the tail number is different, though, on the one I just got. Let me read the tail number off of here. Although a lot of colors on this, a lot of details is fading away, because it's my oldest model. I've had this thing for a long time. I think it's more noticeable here. Let's see, registration number says November 445WN. I'm not sure if this plane in reality is still wearing this livery, but they painted southwest.com on the winglets, or they could have repainted it to the heart livery. I don't know. So once again, registration number is November 445WN. there's always been the WN, which stands for Whiskey November. Now check out the registration number with the Southwest.com Canyon Blue, November 447 WN, so registration number on both of these are definitely different. So there you have it. New Delta plane and a new Southwest plane needed here for Project JAX. And I think eventually I'm going to set up the terminals and bring out all the airplanes needed for this thing, so I can show you how very smoothly things are going for Project JAX here. And I am definitely happy that Southwest is still using these canyon blue colors. I don't think these colors will disappear for a while to come. The new heart livery is still very, very nice, though. And I'm glad I doubled up on the Delta 757s for flights to Atlanta. You'll probably see them again when I do bring back my Atlanta video. But I still need more Delta planes, including like the A321s. Hopefully I can find another 717 because I've only got one. Excuse me on the sniffles. And I also need the A220s, both the 100 and the 300. And then eventually the A350 if I can, because I heard Delta's going to retire their 777s. But they're still being used right now. They haven't retired yet. And I did hear a few of Southwest 737-700s are being retired. But, of course, for Delta, they're retiring most of their 737-700s. So, there you have it. The new planes definitely needed for Project JAX, all right here. In fact, I think I'm definitely for sure going to set up my terminal very shortly so I can show you how well things are going. Of course, I did order more planes today since I got my paycheck today. I've got 3 United planes on the way, 737-800, A319, and E175. All 3 of them in the brand new livery, which eventually I will get the same planes again in the old post-continental merger livery. And then to add it up, I've got the NG model Southwest 737-800s, one with the Scimitars and the other with the standard winglets. And then I got the Delta 737-800 and the Skyteam livery. I'm still on the hunt, though, for a Delta 757-200 in the Skyteam livery. Those things really sold out by hotcakes when NG models released there. And I hope to definitely find one sooner or later if it does pop up on eBay. So, here you have it. I hope you enjoyed these new planes and their unboxing. So, in the next video coming up very, very soon, I'll bring up the terminals and set up the airplanes so we can all get a look at how well Project JAX is going on. So, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinch08, signing and pinching out. Take care. See you in the sky.